Hooking, unhooking the trailer is part of your test for your Class 1, your tractor trailer Class A license, and it's lap to unhook the trailer. Landing gear, airlines, pin. Do it in that order every time. You won't drop the trailer on the ground. You won't rip the airlines off. Those are what happens to many veteran drivers. They get in a hurry, they get the order out of sequence, and they do one of those things. And you know, managers, operations managers, dispatchers, they get really excited when you do that. So first thing, put the dollies down. The dollies are a little weird on this. It does not have a crank handle. It's just a pin, so it's going to take me a little bit to get them down here, but I'll get them down for you. No, just leave it there. I'll be right back. So the first thing I should have said was the ground will support the weight of the trailer, which it will. We've put blocks under the dollies. Airlines are unhooked. Now we do the pin. And normally you want a fifth wheel puller. This is my fifth wheel puller because I don't really have one, but this works here. Pull the pin out, go underneath, jaws are open, jaws out, bolts out on the front. Now I pull forward so the kingpin is out of the fifth wheel, have a check, and then I drop the suspension. Gloves off in the truck. Okay. Kingpin is out of the fifth wheel. We're going to put the suspension down. We dump the suspension on the back of the truck. Now we pull forward until we're completely out of the thing. Stop just before the trailer gets off the back of the truck and make sure that the ground is supporting the weight of the trailer. The ground is supporting the weight of the trailer. It's off the truck, we're good to go. We just need to move forward back in beside the trailer and then hook it back up again. Like and subscribe to the video to become part of the Smarter Driver community. As well, if you want step-by-step instructions for coupling and uncoupling a semi-trailer, click the link up in the corner here, head over to the Smart Drive Test website. I'd also like to thank Doorbell Rentals for supplying the equipment to make this video possible. Hooking up the trailer, PDA, public displays of affection. PDA's from the 1990s. No one remembers that, so public displays of affection for hooking up. We get underneath the trailer, but we don't bring the fifth wheel under because handles out, pins out on the front, jaws are open. We check that the fifth wheel is in line with the kingpin, and we make sure that the trailer is at the right height. The trailer is at the right height to hook up. So as I said, PDA, the first one's pin. We get underneath. Kingpin's in line with the fifth wheel, so now we back up until we're underneath the trailer and lift it up. Okay, fifth wheel's in line, or the kingpin's in line with the fifth wheel. There's no air between there. The handle's out and the thing's out. So now we can kick the suspension up. Suspension's coming up. There's no air between the trailer plate and the fifth wheel, so we back into the trailer. Bolts in on the front of the fifth wheel, handles in, trusty handy flashlight. Jaws are locked around the fifth wheel. The dollies are a little bit off the ground so I can do my tug test. If you have a van that's got dollies on it, you got to crank them up an inch and then do your tug test. Tug test was successful, so PDA, so we hooked up the pin. Pin's locked, we've done all our checks for that. Now we crank our dollies up, or we put them back up where they're supposed to be, which is going to take a bit of work here. That is a pain in the butt. That is a pain in the butt. Oh yeah, now I'm dirty. We're trucking now. Okay, dollies are up, handle stowed. You want to put it in low gear, but these, you got to put the cotter pin in, put the pin back in, they're all up, they're secure. Now we hook our lines on. So normally for most test centers, you're going to have 2 air lines and an electrical, but this one's got a wet line on it. So blue on, wet line, which are for your hydraulics on your trailer. And as part of your pre-trip, you'd have to check all your hydraulics on your trailer as well. Okay. This one here, you got to make sure you put the air line on before you put the electrical on, otherwise it's going to give you grief. Okay. And then you've got a little thing here, lift this up, there's a catch on there. It's got to be in far enough for that catch to be on there. Okay, all done. Now, hooked up, everything's here. You would say to the examiner, after you're finished, if this was a new trailer, I would do a complete pre-trip inspection on the new trailer is what you would do for hooking up to a new trailer. So that's your last step. Otherwise, we're hooked up, we're ready to go.